Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. You watch my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing a review of Queen Sugar Season 4, Episode 6. Alright, so Ralph Angel's daughter is very concerned about Blue. I mean, after the news that he got, he's probably a little bit reserved and stuff. He's probably processing the information of what he was told. And so, they daughter so worried. They said we need to do something because they took him out. Well, he stayed behind the school that day. I guess they want to go to school. Daughter said maybe I should take him back to school because I didn't want to miss the whole day. And Ralph Agent said no, let him stay. And this is a day, and it won't hurt him. And stuff. So daughter said we need to get him a therapist so he could talk so we could get help because it's a lot for the kid, and I'm just worried about him. So they say, okay, well, fine. He sat down with a therapist, and the therapist will ask her, can you tell me what happened? Ralph Andrew was about to say something, but she said, no, I want to hear from Blue, let him tell it. But she couldn't give it to Blue when he asked her the first time, because she said, you know what? And then she tried a different approach. What's your dog's name? And that got Blue to open. They said, you recognize my dog? And he said, Kenya. He said, so what King you want to tell me? And he said, she said that Marcus said that my pops is not my real dad. And she said, oh, now she realized. She said, it's not to be, I let you know that it's not your fault. You should be not to be ashamed for. Don't blame yourself, and you'll be okay. But you want and ensure that they love you as much as you can, and they really adore you. So she said, you want to play? He wanted to play, and she came back and talked to them. And she said, you know what? His reaction and stuff like this is really normal and stuff when he going through, and also him understanding of what he was told. So what you have to do, and he said, what can we do at this point? And she said, you have to know that you just got to be patient and let the process grow. It takes time, and when that process get and he get to the point where he understands fully, then he'll be good. But you can't rush the process. You gotta let it grow and let it be. It takes its toll. It takes its own speed, his own way. Once he's ready to really fully accept everything and not be bothered by it, yeah, will know. So she gave him a homework assignment. She said, I need you to write down a goal, a dream goal for you have for Blue. And just remind him of the goals that you have, you write down, is remind yourself and on mind Blue that you have a future for him, and the future could always outweigh the past and not always remind about the past. So basically, if you map your future and you always look forward to the future, then the past should not haunt you. You always have a past, but how much of the past will let you define you or your future. So that's what basically she want to say. It's like you gotta have hopeful dreams for your child, and let him know that you dream better, and not always mind him on the mistake that y'all have done. So that was that. So later on, Ralph, Angel, and Darla sat down with Blue. Blue was reading the book, and he was talking some things about animals. Or anybody, other animals talk besides birds, and he said it must be other animals that still talk in their own way. And it's just like how dogs bark and how cats meow. And he was reading the passage about the egg and stuff. And he's reading it, and then he made a correlation to the book where they're saying that how biological pops or whatever that they burn the egg and they keep it warm and take care of him. And he said, just like you pops, you take care of me and stuff. And he said yes. I don't know if that was probably the exact words, but that's what I got from it. It said it take care of you after you come and you're born and stuff, and just be I love you. And he said, yeah, I love you. And that's how it was. So it was nice. And then later on, when Blue was sleeping, Ralph Angel finally finally vote in a thing, and he just wrote his dream for Blue and him. It's the blue gladiator. Basically, he's a soldier to be Blue to be a fighter, and he'd be his own protector. Basically, that's what he's trying to do. Do as much as he can to do for his son. And before, Ralph Angel was sitting down with Hollywood and they talking. He said he just kind of nervous and scared about things. He said about the future that he get the homework assignment with therapist. He told Hollywood that gotta get a therapist. He said, oh, how's that going? He said, it's good. Just that I just like don't know and stuff. And Hollywood expressed that his concerns about Aunt Vi, and Aunt Vi just said, you know, everybody know y'all meant to be, so it'd be good because Hollywood is kind of scared of Vi, like he losing her, and he can't get through to her, so he don't know what can he do. I was like, oh snap. So Charlie decided to run for city council. She put her bid in, but she put it bid in so she could be able to run. So she trying to get signatures, trying to get support. And remember, was saying that at his area where he at, you can talk to Pastor Martinez, and she said it was by him. It's like the pastor and all that stuff, and you can get him on board to help you, and it can bridge the gap between our two worlds together and stuff. So she was open and excited. She said, whatever I need to do, whoever I need to talk to get the votes and stuff, I would do it. And you know Charlie's a fire, so she always gonna be determined to do what she do. And when she says she gonna do something, she will do it. So that was that. We get a little Micah. I will continue on Charlie later. Oh well, let's continue on Charlie. So that was that. So Charlie, Micah, and Romero was at the event that Romero invited them to. And Romero and Michael started talking. They had a good small talk, and Romero went to get some more stuff. And Michael realized that Charlie really likes his girl, and he said, "You know what?" She said, "It makes me happy and stuff, and I'm happy to be around him. It makes me feel good." He said, "Well, if as long as you happy, I'm happy." So I said, "Oh, go ahead, Michael, sure." And he came back, and they started doing the googly eyes and all that stuff. And Michael said, "Okay, I'm about to go to Mikhail's house, it's like that." Mickey's house, I think he said, and go. And she said, okay, be cool, be safe, be out there. Alright, so Micah and Kiki, because Kiki came and dropped something off to Micah. And he said, thank you for dropping it off to me. She said, oh, it's no big deal. He said, I would have gone do it. She said, no, it was on a long way, I could go. So Kiki still feel type of way about the new Micah, and she's not feeling that new Micah, so she's really just like, really bummed out. And I don't know if she knew about him drinking and the tattoo and stuff like. So if she did find out about that, now we add a layer onto what he had been doing. So he said, I'm going to see Aunt, and I want you to, it was good that you go with me to see him. And he said, well, immediate family should be only be able to see him. And he said, well, the person out there is get close with me and stuff like that, and make a good exception for him to go see it. It'd be a good idea to see him. And he said, well, it's always a good opportunity for you to go see him. It's always good to have you support him, and he showed that somebody's there for him, so he could have the extra push to go, to leave. So they said, somebody's here to vote for me to leave, and it's putting my focus to stay good so he can leave. So he said, you know what, I also want to talk to you. And she said no, she can't do it. All that stuff. She said it was good for you to go. It's nice, but I can't. And he said, I want to talk to you. She said, you know what, Micah, I don't have to move right now. I can't talk to you right now. I'm just not in a good mood. But give Aunt my love. And she walked out. I said, oh, Micah and Kiki, I don't know that. I like the little two together. Kiki ground, but Micah needs to learn that his actions does have consequences. And Kiki's not having that freaking outburst, thuggish type shit. She don't want that type of man. You can protect her, but not act like a fool all the damn time. So that was that. So Charlie went to see Pastor Martinez and talked to him, and he basically was kind of like standoffish. He said, "Oh, I know you brought along." Oh, she said, "Oh, you know me." He said, "Everybody know who's Charlie brought along." I said, "Oh, that's not really good." I mean, I don't know. It could be a good thing or bad thing based on how he said it, but the way how he said it, it seemed like, okay, oh, I know who you are, and everybody know who you are. So basically, he's saying that you don't come around the spot. But all of a sudden now you come around here, want to talk to me and get support and stuff. Ain't how it is, like you have an angle. And so what's your angle? She said it is running and stuff, and I gotta try to get some support for me to run and all that stuff. And she said, oh, okay. So basically he said he don't trust her. Basically that's all that conversation. He said he don't trust her. And she said, I'll accept that, but I'll let you know that I could prove to you to know that I'm different and I could be there and gonna show you that I'm not here for any personal vendetta or any personal self-satisfaction of doing what I do. And basically say you just come here, this is trying to get what you have to do and stuff like that. And we try and y'all never came on and really be in that same circle, and they all talk about how they people found the land and all that stuff like that, and then he said we the people who keep y'all together and we maintain the land. And she said it's true say, but those two groups supposed to be close together. Usually is at odds with each other, and also sometimes within their own community that would be odds. So it's really hard. And when the people is seeing us bickering and arguing with each other, they out there, the other counterparts is collecting checks, and we up here sitting fighting each other for what? So he has a lot of valid points. But he said he does want to continue the conversation with Charlie and see how that goes. Maybe it's not going to change overnight, but also not going to change at the city council. But we could continue our conversation. We could build that report. And that's it. And you know, Charlie wasn't back down. She kept going to him, even though he probably gave him opposition. She's still coming at them. So at the shop, she put the flyers. They was going to go around, get signatures like that, to support the city council, support us one of the city council. Mr. Prosper saw Lady Genevieve because Genevieve was there, and Mr. Prosper's face lit up as a motherfucker. I said, "Oh, Mr. Prosper, go ahead, get your groove back." And he was so happy to see Lady Genevieve, and Charlie was like, "Oh, she see this," and he was very smooth and charming, talked to Lady Genevieve because I guess they know each other for a while, and he said, "Let's work together. We could do the signatures together, stuff like that." They fold, and she would fold the paper. He put in the thing. He asked her to invite to house a steak, and she said, "Oh, steak? Sure, you got the steak up in the wine." I said, "Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead, y'all better do it." And that's how it is. I said, "Go ahead, Mr. Prosper. Sure, he needs some love in his life because last season he went through a lot, and now this season he just have a good energy and good spirit to him now." Alright, so I think that's everybody stuff. Never do Nova. Alright. So no. Hollywood and Unvi. So Hollywood's in the bed and he trying to talk to Unvi. Unvi is not having it. She says she's tired, she don't want to talk. She didn't really want to tell Hollywood anything. And I said, Unvi, come on, Hollywood is there. He's a good man that a lot of women want, a lot of people would like to have, and you just push this guy away. And I know it's because when Jimmy came to back in your life, you're mentally checked out somewhere, and it caused you to act differently. So it make you shut down, it brought emotions back that you didn't think you had. It just changed Unvi, and she just can't take it right now. So Unvi does have Hollywood have a hard time. That's why he's special. Ralph Angel, that he just scared and stuff, and he don't know because it's like for the way I'm trying to get her, she's trying to way pulling apart for me, and he don't know. He said, "Y'all will be good. Y'all get it together," and I believe so too. It is a rough patch right now. So she, Vine talked to her doctor, and basically doctor work said, "You know what? You is good. Your blood work is good. Everything's running normal. None of the stuff you're experiencing right now is any indication directly from your lupus. So you are good." So she'll say, "I don't know. It's just lately. Before I had a problem, but lately I just ain't not in the mood lately. I didn't get good in the bedroom, and I never had that issue in the bedroom. So, and I don't know." So she was like, the doctor said, any traumatic stress or event that happened that caused you like this, and basically I'm fine to realize and say, "You know what, since my ex Jimmy Dale came around, ex-husband Jimmy Dale came, it just got me all freaking messed up in her mind, and her mind is crazy. So her mind is affected on her mood, her emotions, physicality, everything. When you have a bad, and sometimes people realize that your mind does affect a lot of things you do, and your energy that you give off and stuff like that. If you have a clear, a good, positive thinking mind, then everything about you will be more positive. But you have more negative, it will be negative. So right now, since I've experienced this traumatic event that happened, that Jimmy Dale came to her doorstep, that just tapped out and just bring out the spark of everything that she tried to deep down hold in, it just affected her mood, affected her energy, affected her ability to want to get or whatever, to talk, stuff like that, to do anything in the bedroom. She just feels so down and broken a little bit. So if I talk, And he said, you know what? I gotta do something for him, baby, all that stuff. So he went to get a bike, and I said, oh, Lonnie, when you coming in? On? He was coming in all plowed up, chest up, plowed, and said he got a bike. She said, oh, I don't think you think I'm riding with that on you. She said, I just hoping I do this so like brighten your day. She said, it's nothing about you. What I'm going through is nothing wrong with you. And he said, can you really talk to me? And he just wants the body open to him. I said, come on. If you don't want to be open to anybody, be open to Hollywood. He's a good man, girl. And she finally told me, she said that when I talked to the doctor, and she just made me realize that she's not ex-Jimmy there, because you know Hollywood don't like that guy. He said, ex-Jimmy there came back, it just tapped into some emotions that I never thought I had to come with. And it just brought that thing on me, and I just can't deal with that. So she just said that she's going through that, and so she need to figure things out and get herself better. And also she probably want to have a little space from Hollywood. He said for me, she said until she get things right. I said, oh no. A little space I like, but Hollywood's there. Let him be there. You be better and you can heal better with him there. But understand, sometimes people need to process things. They need to be alone for a little bit. Not because they want to break up with the person, they just want to be alone. So that's how Avai is. And he said, what happened to him for better, for worse, for sickness or health. And he said, I don't know what I ever did to deserve a man like you. And he said he go to be there. If Hollywood's not leaving, girls. So Avai, just get it together and let the man help you. It will probably help your healing process faster if you let the guy help you. So Nova. So we know Nova and Octavia Laurent went together for the first stop of a book tour, and I think that was Atlanta. And they trying to think. She said, "You be fine, you be good," and stuff like that. And Nova got a call for therapist Deborah, and basically she shortlisted to get an award for her book. So she's so there happy about it. She hugged Octavia. Octavia was playing on. She said, "Oh, I'm so happy for you." It looked like she just like really like she was jealous or envious of Nova, and you could tell prevalent in this episode that she seemed like she was really jealous of Nova's success and how she was 20 years in the game and she's not getting that much notarization like Nova is. And I was like, why is you is getting all this attention and I'll be doing this for 20 years and I ain't haven't getting that recognition like you is getting. So basically she is kind of jealous. So she set something up for Nova to come, and Nova said, oh, I'm good, all stuff like that, we're good. So they was at the event. No, they was in the reporter first, and the reporter said, hold up, I don't know what's your relationship with you and your children. She said, that's my student, and I show her a lot of things, so, and I'm happy, and I'm writing a report, a thing for my paper in the school and stuff like that about my student. So I said, okay, cool. So you ask the questions of how your book impact your family and stuff, because you started to write about your family. And it basically how it impacted you. She said, I know by writing my book, it also explains the truth and stuff like that. And the truth could set free, but it also could be painful experiences. And also, at the end of the day, healing is what it's hoping for. And healing takes time. So he said, let's shift gears. I want to say this. He said, you know, your sister Charlie is running for city council. Nobody didn't know that. So it took her back. It shook her a little bit. So she couldn't have nothing to say. So, and you think that your book influenced your sister is running? Obviously didn't. But she's hoping to think that her book influenced a lot of people. So Octavia said, you know how Black Girls Magic works. And sometimes it's infectious that we all help each other, influence it. I influenced Nova the way I should be her intellectual ability and her writing. She probably influenced her sister into running the city council and be activists and be for the people and stuff. So yeah, it trickles down. There's a whole evolution of black women and stuff like that you may not understand. So they was at this little gala event, and the ladies was talking to Nova about different questions. So he said, oh no, tell me about that white man, Officer Calvin. So I know a lot of people saying, didn't Nova talk about her book? Because all y'all, I hope y'all didn't. Y'all realize that Nova did say she did talk about some things on her book, and Charlie said talk about yourself and talk about your family dirt is two different things. It could have been fine if it was just your own dirt you talk about, but you put your family stuff out there. So yes, you don't get your brownie points for putting your stuff in there. But a lot of people say, did she talk about her stuff? Yeah, Nova did talk about it because the ladies would never got that Calvin thing out of nowhere if they never talked about the book. So she did talk about her being a married man. But that was her thing. It was fine. But you put your family business out there. So that was not cool. So glad we know that she did talk about her thing. Because she said, some lady said, you know what, you got to know that was not going to work out. So I tell you, shut it down because Nova was starting to get agitated a little bit. And so they got away. And then Octavia went to see to somebody else. And the lady said, we were talking on stuff. And basically said Nova, she's good. And I want Nova to, I guess, edit or something like that for the new project we're doing. And something that Octavia wanted. So she said, oh, no, I'm good. I could do this. So I said, no. What we need to do with the new project we do is for new emergent writers. You're not new emergent writers, so we don't need you. But you could do publish and edit the other one that we have. And she said, oh, okay. And Lois said, what's that about? She said, oh, no, it's not good. Oh, it's not good. And Nova was clocking it. She said she felt the energy. She don't like it how it is. So Nova would say, you know what? I'm going to go and do what she do. So Nova went to the bar, stood Octavia up, because I guess they were supposed to meet. And that didn't happen. She said, so the guy, Tim, the bartender, he said, it's like you overweight or something like that. She said, I'm overweight. I've been was done and all that stuff. Everything, I'm just done. So he gave her a drink on the house. It was good. He said, Terrence, he said, Nova, and they talked. He said, do you want to go to the club with DJ? You could dance your pain away, or dance whatever you're going through. And she said, no, it's fine. So then we're back. Nova and Octavia talked. And he said, Octavia was about to leaving. And she said, oh, I see you like this. She said, oh, yeah. And this is that. I made you. And this is that. I said, oh, you made Nova. So Nova realized how she really feels. She said, you was my first student and all that stuff. And I took pride. And people recognize you so short amount of time. And I did 20 years. And I can't get that thing from anybody. And I have this. And what is about you? And basically, she was an old bitter woman. Hating on Nova's success. And she said, you wrote the books, both your family is going to make you this, and that's not a good writer and stuff. I made you the way you are, and I got you the way that I said, oh shit. So Nova said, I'm glad to find you always going to be an influence in my life, and I appreciate everything you have done to me, but let's end this. And they kissed her, and I was like, in the cheek, and let it go. And finally, Nova did call Charlie on the phone and said she congratulated us on the city council, and I always remind you about running and doing this. I said, okay, you'll see that. And at the end, Nova did her, Charlie did her speech, and she officially announced her city council run. And everybody was there except for Nova, and it was like, oh snap, see, she gonna feel bad. And I said she did it herself, and said it was not going anywhere because she was in the office and running in a campaign and talking to remember somebody threw a brick in her thing, so it shook her a little bit. And she said, what about that? What about him as possible? I said, I don't think maybe we should do this. He said, no, you gotta fight. That's what they want you to do. They want you to quit and stuff like that. You're not a quitter, you're a fighter. So prove them wrong and show them that this is not going to stop you for what you got to do. You had a vision and continue with the vision. I said, go ahead with Melo. And she said, all right. She did what she said. She said, it's going to take a break to break me down. We're going to get this going. And one for me, and I'm going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I said, go ahead, Charlie. You're not going anywhere. I love you. All right? All right, that was Queen Sugar, y'all. Tell me how y'all feel about this episode. Please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all next week, all right? Peace.